Hi, everybody. Welcome to English Digest. I'm Tom.
Hi, I'm Stephanie.
It's our TOEIC unit for today. We're helping you prepare specifically for the TOEIC test with, vocabulary terms specifically selected for you. And today we're going to be actually talking about something that's going on in the business industry having to do with computers. It's called chatbots. Chatbots. Okay, I had not heard of this myself. I don't really do business myself, but I understand that these are very helpful, especially for companies when they have customers trying to get some questions answered, and they can use these things to help answer the questions for those customers, and they don't really have to talk to a real person.
Yeah, that's what they're doing more and more these days. Think about, for example, Siri and Alexa. They don't really understand your questions, but they've been pre-programmed to kind of figure out, based on the words you use, what kind of response they should send. These chatbots are showing up on lots of different websites now. It's sad because it's taking the jobs of real people, but that's the way that technology is going. So we're going to talk about how these chatbots can help your business. Maybe some of our listeners out there own their own businesses and are looking for more help in the customer service arena. Maybe this is something you want to look into, using a chatbot for your business. Right now, we're going to read through our article, and then we'll be back to break some of these things down. Thank you all for attending this presentation. I want to talk about chatbots and how we can use them to make our jobs as realtors easier and more profitable. First of all, what is a chatbot? It's a computer program that can ask and answer simple, pre-programmed questions. The best chatbots are as good as the artificial intelligence assistants that we're used to using on our phones. But even the simpler versions can help customers and save realtors a great deal of time and energy. Chatbots can be set up on instant messaging services such as Facebook Messenger. When a customer types the word menu, it activates a chatbot that asks them questions or prompts them to tell it what they need. For example, it can ask the customer whether they want to buy, sell, or lease their property. There are numerous advantages to using chatbots. For instance, they allow simple and repetitive questions to be dealt with quickly and efficiently. This gives the realtor more time to focus on clients who need hands-on attention. As for customers, they get to make quick inquiries without the pressure of talking to an agent. Since chatbots are available 24/7, this is also more convenient. The bottom line is that we're in the age of the internet, and people are accustomed to using it to find information. Chatbots are just one of many examples of how we can use technology to make our jobs easier. I will now take some questions.
Let's talk about the contents of today's lesson. We've got a lecture or a speech given by Annie, and she's telling some people all about chatbots. So here's the title of today's article: How Using Chatbots Can Help Your Business. So if you use chatbots, here's how they will help you function in your business better. So here Annie says, thank you all for attending this presentation. So Annie is giving a presentation here, and she says, I want to talk about chatbots and how we can use them to make our jobs as realtors easier and more profitable. Now, notice here, she has basically said exactly what she's going to talk about in this lecture. She's come straight to the point here. She's given us a subject here. She's going to talk about chatbots, and then she's also going to talk about how we can use them in our jobs as realtors. Okay, so she's being very specific here. She's coming right to the point, and now she's going to present various information about chatbots and how we can use them, how we can use this information to make our jobs easier.
And more profitable. And everybody wants to make more profit, don't they? Yeah.
They do.
So she's going to first talk about what a chatbot really is. What is a chatbot? Actually, Tom and I were talking about this morning. I'm on websites all the time with chatbots, but I didn't know they were called chatbots. I just knew that I was communicating with a computer, artificial intelligence, that a real person wasn't really responding to my questions. But they've gotten better over time. At first, I would get frustrated because they weren't really answering the question I was asking. But now I think with all of our technology that's improved, the answers and the questions that they're also giving to the consumer or the customer, they're all getting much, much better. So what is it? Well, it's a computer program that can ask questions and answer questions. Why or how? Well, because they've been pre-programmed to answer and to have this ability to respond with whatever you input. So if you pre-program, it means you put something into the computer that can be used later. So they go through all of the different types of questions that might possibly be asked. I'm sure there are some questions that the chatbot won't be able to respond to if they're really off topic, if they aren't even close to what they've been programmed to answer. But yeah, they can do a lot. We know about Siri and Alexa already. Those are types of artificial intelligence that can respond to you when you ask questions as well.
Yeah, it sounds to me that they're trying to screen their customers so they don't have to waste a lot of time talking to people, answering the same questions over and over again.
Yeah.
If people can have their questions answered by using the computer, then that saves everybody time. So yes, indeed, these are pre-programmed questions, and the best chatbots are as good as the artificial intelligence assistants that we're used to having on our phones. Assistant, of course, is a helper to assist. That's the verb. But even the simpler versions can help customers and save realtors a great deal of time and energy. So I guess these assistants online like Siri, and what's the other one for Android?
Alexa.
Alexa, okay.
Yeah.
Those are probably pretty complicated, but she's saying that even the simple ones can actually save us a lot of time and energy. She's describing us as realtors, so she's probably giving this presentation to fellow realtors. A realtor, of course, is a person who deals with real estate. They buy property, they sell property, or they lease property, which means they rent it to somebody. So if you want to buy a house, you go to talk to a realtor. Or if you want to sell your house, you talk to a realtor as well. Now, she goes on here to say, chatbots can be set up on instant messaging services such as Facebook Messenger. So that's one. I guess you could also have it probably on Line or WhatsApp or something like that. They can be set up there, these chatbots, so you can go to somebody's webpage or whatever, and you can start asking questions there. You kind of key in the questions there, and they will answer them if they know what you're trying to specify.
It's really interesting. Yeah, it's I've just dealt with a lot of them. And I've just noticed that lately they've become much better than even a couple of years ago. So they've got simple versions and then more complicated versions. Chat bots can be set up on instant messaging services such as Facebook Messenger. So when a customer types the word menu, it activates. If you activate something, you get it started. You start something. So it activates a chat bot that then asks them questions or prompts them to tell it what they need. If you prompt someone, you kind of give them a little bit of help so that they can continue on with whatever they're doing. Maybe you've given, I once had to give a speech and I had memorized it, and my mom came with me so that I could give my talk. And when I forgot the next word, my mom prompted me by giving me that word, and then, my memory came back and I was able to continue. Well, these chatbots will prompt you. They'll say, maybe you say menu, and they'll go Italian, Chinese, Taiwanese food, something like that. And that would let you respond to that. No, I'm looking for, French food, a French restaurant. So then they can go and help you with that sort of information that you gave them. So she's going to talk, as Tom said, we're talking to real estate agents or realtors. You can address them as either title, actually. I don't say realtor very much. I say real estate agent. I have one in my family. One of my friends does it as a part-time job. So this is something that they're talking about about using in their own business. How can it help realtors? Well, for example, it can ask the customer whether they want to buy, sell, or lease. Like Tom said, if you lease something, you rent something for a short period of time. Typically, we see businesses who lease cars quite frequently. Cars don't last forever, and they don't want to deal with the maintenance and repair. If you lease a car, you don't have to pay to have it repaired. The company that leased it to you must repair it. So that can be very helpful sometimes.
Indeed. So it will probably ask you that question, and then it will ask more specific questions. Like if you want to lease, then how much do you want to lease it for? Where is your property, etc.? How big is it? What's the nature of the property? Is it a business? Is it a residence? Stuff like that. So it'll probably get more and more specific so that the customer can have their questions answered without actually talking to a real human being. Okay, let's move on now to the next paragraph here. It says there are numerous advantages to using chatbots. Now, numerous just means many. There are many advantages to using chatbots. And remember, an advantage is something that is good for you. It's beneficial. It puts you in a favorable position.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you're looking for. So there are these advantages. For instance, or for example, they allow simple and repetitive questions to be dealt with quickly and efficiently. Tom talked about this. Sometimes businesses will get calls from people and they have to answer the same question over and over again. So in some ways, this can save the business a lot of time and money. They don't have to hire someone to answer stupid questions or really, simple questions. And they just program this computer to do it. So repetitive means something that's repeated. Repetitive is the adjective form of the verb to repeat. So the repetitive questions can get very annoying, I would say. If you deal with something efficiently, you don't waste time, you don't waste resources, you're able to do it very quickly, where you're not wasting anything, right? Quickly and efficiently. That's kind of what some of these businesses are looking for. They want to save time and money.
Indeed. So, yes, indeed. I wonder if I could use a chatbot so I don't have to answer the same repetitive questions every day living here in Taiwan. But I think probably all of us have to deal with repetitive questions every day. You have to act like it's the first time you've heard that question in your whole life and answer sincerely when, in fact, you probably heard it 1,000 times.
Yeah.
And that's what this company probably wants to avoid because this is a business. They want to make money. Their realtors have better things to do than answering the same questions over and over. Now, okay, let's continue here. It says, this gives the realtor more time to focus on clients who need hands-on attention. So they probably dealt with all the simple questions, and therefore they can focus on clients who actually need hands-on attention. Hands-on means face-to-face, real attention, not from a machine. Basically, somebody can probably have their questions answered by using the chatbot and they're done. They can turn off the computer. They don't need any more information. That's probably about 80% of people who contact a real estate agent and want to have some questions answered. The computer can pretty much take care of it for them. But if they've got some really specific questions, then the realtors can focus on those customers who need hands-on attention.
Yeah, maybe that customer has a lot of money to spend. You don't want them talking to a chatbot, but you want to actually use your own skills and your persuasive selling power to get someone to buy that has a lot of money to spend. So as for customers, they get to make quick inquiries without the pressure of talking to an agent. Yeah, sometimes if you want to buy something, you don't really want to talk to the salesperson immediately because, they start putting a lot of pressure on you, buy. And you just want to ask some questions at first. Well, this is a great way to avoid the sales pressure until you're ready to buy, until you actually know what you want in detail. So an inquiry is just a question that you have. So that can help a lot. I would love that part of it. I don't like salespeople. I hate going to buy a car because the car salesman, they put so much pressure on you. So sometimes it's nice to avoid sales pressure until you're ready. Since these chatbots are available 24/7, this is also more convenient. You could also say these chatbots are available around the clock.So they're never off work. They're never resting or sleeping. They're always on. If you're available, you're there for someone to use or to enjoy. So they're available. You can get your hands on these chat bots 24/7, which is really, really convenient.Right,
available here is kind of tricky. It does mean you're able to be used or you have free time, for example. Are you available on Friday? Can we get together then and discuss business? Are you available then? Do you have free time there? But here they're available or accessible all the time, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. That's more convenient. And the bottom line is that we're in the age of the internet and people are accustomed to using it to find information. So here we've got the bottom line. That's like the most important thing to remember, okay? We can talk about this, we can talk about that, but still the bottom line, the thing that's the most important and the thing that doesn't change is that we are in the age of the internet. It's not going to go away. It's going to be here for as long as we're alive. So yes, indeed, we need to learn how to use it and put it to use here. So that's the bottom line. And people are accustomed to using it to find information. Okay, so most people look for information by using their PC or their Mac or their smartphone or whatever. They're going to get that information by going online. That's just the way things are. They're accustomed to it. If you're accustomed to it, you are used to that. It is something that you are accustomed to doing. You do it every day and it makes you feel comfortable.
Yeah, and you can simply substitute it for be used to. So notice that both of these phrases use the be verb. So are accustomed to or are used to are both interchangeable. Accustomed to is a little bit more advanced.
I'm not accustomed to using chopsticks, for example. That would be the same as I'm not used to using chopsticks.
Right now, guys, we're going to listen to our Chinese teacher, and then we'll be back with extra dialogues and a discussion questions.
Hi everyone, my name is Jenny. 今天我们要看的是第11单元。好，我们要来看多益的文章。这个文章的标题告诉大家，有一种机器人，它叫做 chatbots。我们知道看到 bot 就知道它是 robot。但是 chatbot 是拿来聊天用的，那这种聊天机器人其实是用来服务大众的，所以呢，如果企业界里面用到 robots， 可能可以帮你很多的忙，帮你省下很多的时间。好，我们就来看怎么帮大家的忙。首先呢，这个地方我们就说到，要先知道在某一些行业里面，当然都可以用 robots。比如说你是房地产经纪人 Realtors 这个字就是房地产经纪人，当你是做房地产的，当然你是要想赚更多的钱，想让你的工作更加的便利，那可以试试看用 robots。下一段就说到 First of all， 首先第一点我们就来看看那什么叫做 chatbot。 这个 chatbot 它其实说穿了是一种电脑程式，而且它是帮你回答问题，这些问题是 pre-programmed question。 我们知道 pre 是代表之前， program 当然是你已经先写好的程式，所以是事先把程式写好，先编排好的这样子的问题。那当然最好的 chatbot 它就是可以就像我们在手机上用的那种人工智慧助理一样，这样一样的好，as good as。 那所以说它可以怎么样呢？它当然可以帮我们做到回答问题，帮助客户，然后省下所谓的房地产经纪人的时间。好，那这边有另外一个片语，就是他提到什么叫做 chatbot 的时候，他说就像我们习惯在手机上使用的东西， we are used to， 这个 be used to 要特别注意一下，因为它的 to 是个介系词，它后面要接 V-I-N-G， 所以这就是为什么你看到了 using。 好，接下来说到它可以帮我们省时间省 种经历。那聊天机器人它其实呢是可以把它设置在这种所谓的即时通讯服务里面 Instant Messaging Services。 他举了一个例子，比如说像Facebook Messenger。 好，大家如果有用就知道，你透过这样子的设置，好，如果他这边说客人进了这个字 menu 之后，就会启动它，然后开始问问题，说你有什么的需求。那我们来看，他这边就告诉你，机器人他会问，你想买、想卖还是想租房子等等等。那接下来要探讨的就是，那你用了这种 chatbots 之后，可以为你带来什么样的优点跟好处。这里呢，我们先看到他说到 There are numerous advantages to using chatbots。 这个 advantage 就是代表优点。好，接下来当然就举例了。反正呢，他告诉你的就是人如果做重复的工作是很讨厌，但机器人就不会叫累。所以说你基本上就可以不要一直重复问同样的问题，回答同样的问题，而你就会有时间做什么呢？来注意那些需要你亲自关心他的人。好，我们看到这边说你会有 more time to focus on clients。 我们知道 clients 是客户，但后面这里有一个关系字句 who need hands-on attention。 这个 hands-on attention 换句话说是你要亲自为他服务的。好，接下来还有一个小地方，就是他用到一个介系词片语 as for。 他说到 as for customers。as for 这个片语意思就是表示对谁而言，就什么而说。前面刚刚提到对于这个房地产经纪人来说有哪些好处，可是对客人来说，对顾客来说，当然它也是有好处的。以下的好处就是说，你不会有压力，你能够很快的想问你想问的问题。还有一点就是他说到这些 chatbots are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week。 就像 7-Eleven， 我们知道它呢是不休息的，24小时全年无休。最后我们来看看，谈了这么多，那我们现在是一个网络时代，所以我们都会用网络来找讯息。那其实说穿了，你用这种 chatbots 它也是同样的，只是用科技来帮我们解决我们身边的问题而已。那我们注意到两个片语哦，一个就是 the bottom line is。 我们常用这个句子，这个片语当开头，要告诉大家的就是最重要的一点是什么。好，还有一个后面说到 are accustomed to using it， 这个跟前面说到的 are used to 其实是一样的，都代表习惯于，而这个 to 都是介系词的用法，后面 VING 或者是名词。好，我们今天的解释就到这边结束，我们下次见。
We're going to take a quick break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Time now for some extra dialogues. I'm going to be A in the first one. Can we use chatbots on our company website?
Yes, it's easy to set up chatbots on websites and even apps. I'm not sure how easy it is. I'd like to see what it takes. I used to be in charge of our website and my job before I moved here, and so I'm pretty familiar with websites and stuff, but I haven't seen anything on the chatbots. I'd like to see how they're actually set up. I bet somebody has made it possible for people with not a lot of programming experience to get in there and just, put their questions and answers in more easily. You don't have to know computer coding. But I don't know. It would be interesting. I'd like to check that out. Okay, I'll be A now, Tom.
Okay.
What happens when a chatbot needs to hand over to an actual realtor?
The chatbot can schedule a phone or face-to-face conversation between the customer and the realtor. So basically, yes, this is when the real person comes in, the actual realtor, a human being, not a computer program, but an actual human being has to come in order to answer more specific questions. That means the conversation between the person and the chatbot needs to be handed over to an actual realtor. It needs to be passed on to that person, and then they can schedule a phone call or a face-to-face conversation. That's pretty simple. Just find out when somebody's available, and you're good to go.
Yeah, I would actually write the question differently. I would say, what happens when a chatbot needs to hand somebody over to an actual realtor? Because usually hand something over to someone or hand somebody over to somebody else. That's a very useful phrase, to hand something over. So next one, Tom, what other uses are there for chatbots?
They can work like a search engine to suggest properties buyers might be interested in. So these are some other uses for chatbots. First of all, to answer very simple questions, but also to serve as a search engine, okay? So if this person says that they're interested in buying a property, then they've determined where they want to buy it and how much they want to spend, how big they want it, etc., etc. Then they can start to actually suggest properties. Well, here's a property in the Cine district, or here's one in the Zuoying district or something. It's on the 5th floor. There's an elevator. The apartment complex has a pool, etc., etc. You might consider this.
Yeah, so they could be very helpful that way. I'd actually, in a lot of ways, rather do this with a chatbot than a realtor. You know, if they have suggestions, you know, that just come up. It's just like a search engine anyway. Okay, discussion questions. Do you want to ask me, Tom?
Yeah, sure. There's nothing that I would enjoy more.
Okay.
So here we go. Would you feel comfortable talking to a chatbot and explain your answer?
Okay, well, I've already talked to a chatbot many, many times, and it's fine. At first, I actually thought it was a real person, and then I start to realize, yeah, a real person can't possibly type that fast, and they would make typos. You know, they would 打错 every once in a while, but you never see typos with a chatbot. The sentences are always very good, complete English sentences, you know, so you know you're not talking to a real person. Because most of us, when we're talking, we are kind of sui bien. So, yeah, but it's very helpful. And for the most part, I'm satisfied with the answers the chatbot gives me, but not always. Sometimes I go ahead and call the company myself.
Or you might have to phrase the question differently or something like that. And our final question for today is, what other industries could use chatbots and why?
You answer that, Tom. What do you think?
Well, maybe restaurants or something to take reservations for people or something like that. Maybe online sales firms are trying to sell items. They might be asking you exactly what you're looking for, especially if you're looking for clothing. What size would you like? What fabric are you looking for? Etc., etc. What design? What kind of collar? Do you want buttons or a zipper, etc., etc.? Maybe the clothing industry could use a chatbot.
Yeah, it could. Okay, guys, that's it for day 1 of our TOEIC unit. We'll be back tomorrow to talk more about these chatbots in customer service. Are they really a good idea or not? For English Digest, I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Tom. Goodbye.
Bye.